Jeremy Damron from LKA taking on Mordecai Zodinliana in a 155-pound fight. I didn't say 2 black belts in Kentucky. I said 2 10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu black belts.
I happen to have 3 black belts who train at the gym that I train at.
Yeah, there's I think the Carlson Gracie organization has in the state of Kentucky about 30 black belts.
I'm looking at one. Phil Perkins was just promoted to black belt.
Yeah. So, Mr. Romans.
Jesse Romans.
We did not say there are only 2 black belts in Kentucky. There are clearly very many more.
I wonder how many there are.
You know, I don't know.
I train at Gracie Jiu-Jitsu of Kentucky. As I said, we have 3.
You know, we did a count. I forget who. It might have been Adam Gomez I was talking to once that we talked about all the black belts in Kentucky. And I think, Carlson Gracie Jr.'s affiliation, there were like, I think, 30 because he has, Michael Donnell, who has some black belts under him. Phil Perkins being one of his newer black belts. Chris Griffin, who's involved in mixed martial arts, being a black belt in the Carlson Gracie affiliation. There's somebody in Frankfurt, too. I cannot remember his name. That's a Carlson Gracie black belt. But
In Frankfurt, I can't think of.
You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah,
I can't think of his name either. But, just in Carlson Gracie Junior affiliates alone, like there are quite a few in Kentucky, let alone the other organizations that are in Kentucky.
I host the Weekend Sports Buzz on 1450 and 96.1 WXVW. We had Phil Perkins in studio last week. He was talking about how, I think it was just a few weeks ago he was promoted to black belt.
He was. I think Carlson Gracie Jr. Came to Lexington and maybe Louisville too, and promoted. I think I saw quite a few guys get promoted to black belt. Derek Ruiz, who's somebody that cross-trained with a little bit, very nice guy. He was promoted to black belt. We saw another one of their guys, pro fight to win. I can't think of his name either. I'm really terrible with names.
That's all right.
He won a match in Tennessee at the Fight to Win Jiu-Jitsu competition.
And introducing his opponent, fighting out of the B2 digital blue corner, weighing in at 157
What color belt do you have, Gina?
Purple.
Purple.
10th Planet Jiu-Jitsu purple belt.
Does that mean that you always wear a purple gi? I'm sorry, a purple rash guard?
Purple rash guard. I don't always wear a purple rash guard. I'm not very partial to them, but
Certainly in a competition.
Certain rule sets where you are supposed to wear your ranked colored rash guard, it would be purple. I have a purple belt for holding up my pants.
Do you? No.
I have a 10th Planet. I have not 10th Planet, but I do have a purple belt, and
okay.
I actually do train in the gi some too.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Nice front kick there. Ooh, a little slip, obviously a slip. A lot of action from these guys. You see Mordecai trying to slam Jeremy off of him here. Very intense fight in the first round. Heavy shots coming from Mordecai Z. I'm not going to attempt his last name again.
I was going to allow you to try that first.
I did attempt it, but we're going to call him Mordecai Z. Very aggressive fighter. We see Jeremy Damron trying to hold him in his half guard here as a traditional lockdown. It's the third time Mordecai has been called for watching his fingers in the eye because he keeps putting his hands in Jeremy's face. I wonder if he's trying to cover his mouth when he's reaching up. Something we've seen new to Hardrock MMA this year, previously, Hardrock MMA, even though elbows to the body were allowed by amateurs, Hardrock did not allow elbows for amateurs in his shows. And we've seen that change this year, and we've seen it used tonight.
Kentucky across the country is known for having relatively pretty liberal rules.
I love Kentucky MMA. I love fighting in Kentucky.
You've fought outside the state.
I have. I've fought Ohio, Missouri, Colorado, Kansas, in a lot of different places. And, you know, Todd Neal is someone that I've worked with quite a bit. And, you know, typically our rule set, especially when I was an amateur, was one of the best. One of the best to fight for. The closest to fighting as a pro and getting that experience that you can get. Well, we see Jeremy Damron working for a triangle.
That's the end of round number 1 with Jeremy Damron and Mordecai Zodinliana.
Good first round.
It was.
Very aggressive Mordecai. He's 0-0, so we'll see if he's able to keep his energy up through the second round.
Thank you, Miss Morgan. Imported from my Goldridge.
If you're Jeremy Damron's corner, what are you telling him?
Hey, John.
It looks like he's hurt, actually.
It's over.
Okay.
You know, when he was on the ground and Mordecai was trying to slam him off, they were telling him to let go of the guard. And it looks like holding on and getting slammed in the body repeatedly has, after the adrenaline has kind of calmed down in between rounds, taken its toll.
Mordecai with some serious dabbing,
Showboat, yeah.
if you will.
Very proud of himself.
He did make sure to dab to every corner.
I have no idea what that is, other than that.
That's what it is. That's all I know. That's all I got. But, you know, Cam Newton likes to do it.
Oh, is that okay?
All right.
Is that
Started
football?
with the rapper. Yeah, that's a football player, Cam Newton.
Mordecai.
I watch other sports. Maybe.
Is MMA or martial arts your forte?
It is.
Do you have interest in other sports?
I like to run.
Okay.
I like to bicycle.
You like DDP yoga?
I like DDP yoga. But those aren't sports.